everybody, I'm Nancy Nara. Welcome to the Global Women Achievers Festival 2021. Today I have with me someone who is truly an achiever. Her mother wanted her to be a doctor. Her father wanted her to be an architect, but she ended up becoming a microbiologist instead. But that's not what this is about. She is now a spiritual healer. I can't wait to find out how do science and spirituality meet. I welcome to the show Miss Nandita Banerjee. Welcome to the show.
Hello everyone. I'm delighted to be here, to be talking to you all.
Yes,
and this photo is really, it's good for everyone, I feel.
Absolutely. So ma'am, you come from a family background जहाँ education पे बहुत emphasis था. You were telling that your mother wanted you to join the medical line and your father wanted you to become an architect. तो ये आपकी dreams क्या थी बचपन में?
Actually, bachpan mein I used to get a lot of insights, and I used to do this Zen painting, the drawing, which I didn't know it actually helps in emotional healing. This Zen painting, but I didn't know all this. I was a small girl, and I used to keep doing. And there are many such things which I used to do. There was another thing which I used to do was, I used to contract and relax, and people used to make fun of me. My uncle and all, they used to make fun of me. But now I realized recently that, in Kriya Yoga, they teach you the same thing. That is a way of releasing. So there were many such things. Then I had another thing where I used to get these chills, chill down my spine, like a jolt of electricity. And I used to shake it off and, getting goosebumps. So physically, I had a lot of these things. I used to wonder why this keeps happening to me. But now as a healer, I have realized it is, like this place is the mouth of God, snape of neck. Oh. So all the, whatever you download from the universe, the information, it comes from here and it comes as a jolt. Everything is like scientific. It's all electrons. So it comes as a jolt and then you get these goosebumps. When you achieve something nice, you get goosebumps, yes. Miracles.
When you're very emotional, when you're very upset, anything that happens, any emotion you go through, any strong emotion, you feel that, a chill down your spine, right?
Yeah. So as a child, I used to wonder why I'm getting all this, but now I know those answers.
Wow. So that means wo andar to tha, that bent towards spirituality, towards like the otherworldly things, it was there. So then microbiology kahan se aaya?
Microbiology I was always interested in genetics. Anything to do with human evolution. I used to connect it with that. So it was a desire from the soul that I want to learn something about evolution. And I found genetics very interesting. So I would have loved to do a PhD in genetics. But somehow that didn't happen because universe maybe wanted me to flow in another way.
So after your microbiology, was that your field of career too in terms of working and in terms of practicing? Did you take it further?
Yeah, I think what I was doing, the research for my PhD, that was, something which we write papers and it is given to the public. So that research goes to the public. So that way I have done it. So I would consider that as a working, because I used to get a fellowship and I worked on that. But after that, I did not really get a chance to stick to it because my husband was in the Navy. So we had a transferable job. So it was slightly difficult after marriage with the 2 children to continue with that.
So what was that moment in your life jab aapko laga, yaar, this is my true calling, spirituality is what I have always wanted to do? Was it your personal experience? Was it kaise ye aapko pata laga ki ab yahi hai?
It was a very gradual experience because see, initially we as women, we feel that we have to do so much. There's so much load on us, and our ambitions are not fulfilled. So basically we have that victim mentality, which I also went through. After that, you start, recognizing your powers और कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, बच्चे कर लिया, बड़ा हो गया, I looked after my parents, I did this. So you behave like a survivor. Okay, I've survived it all. Then after that, you become an achiever, where people get into commercial success. They have been there, done that. So I did go through that. I was, I used to sing at various functions. Then my writings used to come in places. Then I got an award. I published a book. I had been there, done that. But even as an achiever, that internally I was, the heart is still empty. So after that, you start seeking from outside. So seeking outside means I used to go to a few seminars, which were free seminars, read a few books, try to understand things. What is life? So after that, I started experiencing, even spiritual experiences. So I became an experiencer, but still the heart was empty. So after that, you become a healer. After experiencing, after that I became a healer. I did a few courses in healing. I started reading up. I started getting my own insights, because once your mind is open, heart is open, you know there is something much more than what you see. Then you start having your own experiences. I became a healer. And then after that, even after a healer, now I feel I am a contributor. I'm contributing to society. I'm a warrior because I have my own boundaries. Earlier, I could not say no. Now I can say no. And I'm a learner. That's the stage I'm in.
So I think one very important thing to understand here is that when you said, while you were raising kids, you were a survivor, then you went on to get commercial success. Now, in life, हम happiness और peace को commercial success के साथ बहुत वो करते हैं calibrate. We think ये है तो अब हम खुश हैं. But you had reached that stage and yet you felt unfulfilled. Now, this is such an interesting thing, because we're always trying to put our happiness in something tangible, in something materialistic, in a certain salary we are getting, or in a thing we buy. So, and the second thing I want to understand is that to a layman, I would not know what an experiencer is and then what a healer is. So what do you mean when you say I was an experiencer?
I wanted to experience things which I have not done. Go to various places. Think that, okay, the children, they come late at night, they eat in so many places, let me also do it. Experience various things, things which in your life it didn't allow you, to break your limits. And I had a lot of spiritual experiences. The experiences means everything. Taste, see things, hear things.
So, all sensory experiences, you mean?
Yeah. Actually, success is relative. For some people, success is this, but for some people, the standard is different.
So when you started your journey as a healer, was it because आपकी खुद की healing उस process में हुई थी, या your entire motive was to give back? What sort of led you? जब आप बन गए healer, what was the most important thought in your head? अब मुझे क्या करना है?
Everybody is one. We are all connected. So when you heal somebody, basically you're healing yourself. So the feeling that you have in the heart, that is most important. That fulfills you. So I heal because of that. When people tell me that you have healed me, so my condition has changed or improved. See, healing doesn't mean curing. So people make this mistake. Healing is not curing a disease. Healing is balancing you and getting you back to the joyful soul that you originally were. So you start accepting things. You come to terms with the law of karma. You make peace with people. And this is what happened with me. And normally, people have this time when they are very trying times. That is normally it's called the dark night of the soul. Most people go through it. They're very bad times. They think it's a bad time. That is what triggers it. It triggers spirituality. That is when you start questioning. So I had a similar thing where I felt everything was at a standstill. So that is the time I started developing, my own inner insights and wisdom. So that is how my healing journey started actually.
So as a spirit, ma'am, आप science पढ़ के आई हैं, and this is an art. So usually there are people जो बहुत scientific उसके होते हैं, of mind. They don't believe in all this. They said, बहुत लोग होते भी होंगे कि शायद उन्हें बातें नहीं समझ आती. So how do you educate people about what spiritual healing is all about?
Actually, everything is scientific. It is all energy. Like in the atom also, you have both protons and electrons. So electrons are negative. So life, you will have both positive as well as negative, or dono hi saath mein lena hai. And the whole thing is God, whatever you call it. The whole positive, negative, everything is God. So it is scientific. It is completely scientific. Even when we talk of chakras, they are all energy.
Okay.
All these bodies, everything is scientific. And I was really surprised when I started getting these insights and increasing my knowledge. I understood that why do people separate science and spirituality? Spirituality is completely based on science.
Wow. So this is very interesting because, we usually, even myself, I was of that thought that it's not very scientific, ye kya hota hai, pata nahi kya hota hai. So, I'm sure a lot of people think that way.
Even the mind, people separate the mind from the body. It is not separate. Mind is a part of the body. It is all over you. Your the surface of your body, they are receptors, the sense organs. This is all the mind. So you should not separate it. It's a part of you.
So, ma'am, आपने mind की बात करी, if there is something last year because of COVID and so much upheaval, a lot of people have gone through their down phases, लोगों को stress, there were so many people coming up with stress and depression and all these things. Now, how can we use, I'm sure there are so many people listening to you, जो सुन के इससे inspire होंगे, how can we use spirituality to deal with our day-to-day stresses, such situations like we're not prepared for?
I would say I have gone through, my favorite is this Gyan Yoga. There are a lot of yogas, but they are all methods. But what I do is Gyan Yoga, where I explain to people how life works. And so the knowledge about chakras, that is one thing which everyone should know, I think. And chakras are there whether you believe in it or not. And it's like a user guide. The chakras that we have all through our body, it's like a user guide for life. Because when we are born, we do not know how to lead life. But that helps you because it enlightens you. You know how to think, what is right, what is wrong. All those things you understand when you learn about the chakras. Now, I have done some paintings on the chakras. So if people just see them, then also it works on them. Because, I'll just show you. What happens is it works on the subconscious. Now, like, suppose this is a painting which I have done.
Okay.
Now, this is a sunflower. But actually, I wanted to talk about the Manipur chakra, which is on the stomach here. That is yellow in color. And it's got these petals, 10 petals. But I've shown it in the form of a sunflower so that people relate to it. Now, here, the mantra for this chakra is Ram. Ram, so it works on your willpower. It is for action. It digests your thoughts and puts them into action. So what I've done here is this Ram. I have made it like a stomach because the chakra is on the stomach here.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is actually biological stomach. If you see, it looks like this.
Yes.
But I have made it like Ram.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So is it like the chanting of a mantra? Let's say, if I was to achieve something in life and I wanted to work on my willpower, practical usage mein hum baat kare to how do we chant a mantra? Do we how does this relate? Aapne painting banai, practically
the mantra. Yeah. See, this is the chakra which has the element of fire. So this I have drawn here. It looks like, the flames.
Yes.
So this is the stomach, the fire of your belly.
Fire in the belly, yes.
Yeah. So if suppose somebody has got diabetes, every disease is psychosomatic.
Yes.
So so the endocrine glands, they are the link between the astral world and your body. So now Manipur chakra also deals with this thing, pancreas. And the pancreas has to do with diabetes. So for people with diabetes, they will have to work on this chakra, which is I have put mantras into it while painting it. So a person just has to keep it in his aura. There is no need to focus or do anything.
Oh.
So it works. Because I have done it with an intention and there are mirror neurons. That person who sees it will have the same neurons firing in his brain as I had when I painted it.
Wow.
So this is how it works. So now the pancreas, it will work best if you have action in life, if you have a goal in life.
Basically,
sorry.
Go on.
The diabetic people, they do not see the sweetness of life. They are very bitter.
Mm-hmm.
So can you relate? They are advised to have bitter things. They end up having bitter things because they cannot digest the sweetness. So that's when they need to work on their Manipur chakra. This is an example I'm giving.
So that means that any problem you are having, physiological, psychological, and if a particular person comes to you and explains to you what they're going through, so they basically have to do nothing except for discuss it with you, and then you put it in the form of a painting or in some form of a mantra, and all they have to do is keep it in their surroundings and it will automatically start working.
This is as long as they have chakras, because somebody may want healing for some other thing. It depends on the problem. Then we can recommend Rudraksh. Because I wear a Rudraksh here and I find Rudraksh is very, very helpful. It cleanses you from inside. This is something which takes a little bit of time, but it will cleanse you from inside. It really works. So there are various things. Then there are various other healing methods like Lamapada healing, which is a Buddhist method. I found it very effective. I've done it on my family, on my children, and you can do it on yourself. I've done it on a few clients who are staying in the States.
Wow.
And they have also given me testimonials how they overcome the thing. Then there is Reiki, then emotional freedom techniques. Then there is my favorite deity is Ma Tara. So there are Ma Tara mantras also, which I recommend to people while doing the emotional freedom. So there are then there are switch words. There's a backflower remedies. Then there is Akashic intelligence, where you can meditate and get information from the Akash, because the information is all around you. Then there is a mantra sadhana, where every chakra of yours has got all these Sanskrit alphabets. Each mantra, every Sanskrit alphabet is a mantra actually. That's why Sanskrit is so revered. So when you say a mantra, it has a particular vibration in your body which reflects in the universe. So that's how the mantras work. It is bringing your mind, body and your breath together.
So ma'am, to those who may not be able to visit a spiritual healer, who may not have the knowledge you do, what is it, something like, let's say I'm a working woman and we have this, we're always running around, there's always that pressure, you're always under the stress to perform at work, in your house, with your children. So what is it that, let's say, people can do sitting in their home, while driving, while working? What technique can they adapt to their practical lives that helps them stay peaceful, stay calm, stay centered? What can be done?
There is one mantra which I used to do a lot and it gave me a lot of solace. That was Om Tam Namah.
Om.
Yeah. So that, it gives you peace.
Om
Tam
Namah.
Tam Namah. Another favorite mantra of mine, which I use for myself, is Om Stream Namah. Stream is for Ma Tara's mantra, it is. And that works on your compassion. See, normally we don't have compassion for others. Now, empathy and compassion are different. People may be empathetic, but they don't have compassion. So to develop that compassion, and compassion is something which will give you a real joy in life. Because in compassion, you do not see the imperfections of others. You see everyone as one. Once you get that kind of a viewpoint, the nazariya, when that comes, then you don't worry about anything in life. You accept.
So is there a time for doing this? Is there a way of doing it? Is there a number of times you have to do it, or is it something you can just do on the go?
No. There are no limitations. Even when you're meditating, I will never say that you go and have a bath and you sit in a particular place and all that. Now you can do that. That may add to your thing because you don't want noise and this and that. But there are no restrictions. Absolutely. You can do anytime, anywhere, anyhow.
I think that's very heartening for everybody to know. So as we wrap up, ma'am, what message would you like to give to all the women who are listening to you? How can they connect with their inner self? And like you found an outlet, you found a way, a light. How do you think others can do the same?
Now, I found a light because in my calling, I felt I had this strong desire for painting. So I'll show you one or two more paintings of mine. Like I made this Shiv. This is it's not a Shivling. It is a awareness. It's only the masculine energy. It doesn't have that yoni of Shivling. But it has all these, symbols of Shiva. Like when he sits down, it is an infinity symbol. Like he is infinite. Actually, we are all infinite. Then this is the three gunas, Sattvic, Tamas and all those. Three gunas. These are the channels of energy. This is the Kundalini. This is the Rudraksh, which cleanses you from inside. Like this, I can explain to somebody who comes to me and wants to know, but this explains our journey of life. So that is, I paint in that form so that I can explain it.
I think it's
one is that. Then I would advise women or anybody actually that go with your soul desires. If you want to be really happy, don't go with your ego desires. A soul desires means stability, compassion, joy, creativity. Whereas ego desires means I want this particular thing. It has to be of that brand. It has to be so and so. I want to marry only this particular person. Those are ego desires. And when it doesn't happen, then you feel sad. Because, life is realizing herself through you. You have to flow. And you're creating resistance by thinking in terms of ego desires.
By limiting yourself to that particular thing, to that particular object, to a particular person. So I think you're right.
I would like to thank the Professional Times, Nancy Narang, Kshitij Verma, and Indian Media Council for giving me this platform to speak. And it was such an enjoyable interview. I don't know how much people understood me, but I loved talking. Thank you so much.
Life in itself is infinite, as you said, and I think we must not limit ourselves. On that note, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. So many times during this conversation, I was getting goosebumps. So I could feel that, yes, maybe something is making sense. And I'm sure everybody who's watching must have learned so much. And I really urge people to use spirituality as a method of healing. I think it is more potent than any other medicine or any other, form of treating yourself.
Healing empowers you. Yes. It doesn't make you dependent on medicines. It empowers you from it.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, ma'am. It was lovely having you on our show.
Thank you so much.